I'm gonna say this real quick. I had a longtime friend that I didn't see her in a while, and we used to hang it out, kick it, and we used to work together. So we went about separate ways, but we still was hanging out. Okay, it came in strain because she was borrowing money from me, and she'll pay me back, but she'll pay me back twice as much. And I'm like, you don't have to do that, and because I feel like I will have to owe more than you know what I'm saying, whatever. And it got to the point where she was borrowing from me, but she was like taking much longer, like months and months to pay it back. And she was married. She's married, so I don't know what their situation was about. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to down anybody or whatever. But it got to the point where like one time I had to tell her no because I was at the one point where I was going through something myself, so I couldn't help her. So it got to the point where she was like slowly slipping away from, chilling and hanging out with me. Like she kept making excuses and shit. And it's been like a year or two. I didn't cut her off or nothing like that. We see each other on social sites and stuff like that. We was calling each other at one point. Like we were always talking to each other. And then out of nowhere, like she called me one day and she invited me to her church or whatever. And I was like, well, I'm not going to church for a while because, I had like some issues with, my family church. And I separated myself because I started seeing certain, like behavior that I didn't approve of, that I didn't feel safe or comfortable around. It's a long story. I don't feel like going all the way deep into detail with that. But I told her, like, I don't want mind coming to visit, whatever, like that. And I was asking her how she was doing, And I've seen this so many times in people that I know sometimes people can be hurting, but they just don't want to say it out loud. But they like, oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. And then I'm like, how's your day? Oh, it's all in. I said, I give grace to God and all this other stuff. So every time I said something, a sentence of the Lord, the God, everything, like he saved me, he did this. I said, I'm proud of you. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I've seen so many people do this where, they always been who they always been. And all of a sudden they get religious to the point where it's to the point like they have to show it within them to the point where like they have to say, oh, God, this and that, God, in every sentence, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved. And I was like, why you gotta keep like doing extra like that? Like, I love the Lord too, but I don't have to do all that extra stuff that they be doing. Like, you have to sit here like it's within you, how you carry yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and they will do stuff like that. Well, anyway, long story short, I ain't seen her in a while. All of a sudden, she ain't spoke to me for almost like a year or two. And then she just came out of the blue like, hey, can you call me at this number? So she has a new number. And we'll like each other posts every now and then, whatever. Like, she was like ignoring me for a while. But anyway, I told her, give me a few minutes, I'll call her back. So I called her, she didn't answer the phone. So like, okay, well, this is my number, so just call me, whatever. Next thing I know, she waited like almost 2 or 3 hours later. So I'm like, girl, I got it. I'm good. I just needed a ride. But this is my number though. Like, they didn't say how I'm doing, nothing. Kiss my ass, shit like that. I was like, you just called me out of the blue just for get a fucking ride. And you ain't even been hanging with me, talking to me. Like this is not back in the day, when people when I would just like let shit slide. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna be a true friend of mine, so we supposed to be like tight. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been going through some stuff, but damn, like, why the fuck you just calling me out of the blue? Cause you expected me that I was gonna jump in my truck or my car and just come and get you, something like that, out of nowhere, when you ain't even been talking to me. You don't even acknowledge me sometimes. So you're not being a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of behavior or friendship that I hung around with her, I just kept my distance, you know what I'm saying? So, because I started seeing that, she only wants me when she needs something. And I didn't like that shit. So just keep your friends close. Your image close. And people that you think that's your friends is not your friends. I'm just saying.